Hey, Riding Harden here with Wrangler Riders, and before we go on today's ride, we're going to talk about some tips and tricks with the winch combo on the front of your machine. Let's get started. All right, if you've been watching some of our stuff that we've been doing on the Wrangler Riders YouTube channel, you'll see that we've been doing some reviews, extensive reviews on the X-Bull winch series. We have a few different winches. We put it on a JK, we did it on a JL, and we have the install videos of each. We're doing an extensive overview because there is nothing out online. It's a very fair price point, so we wanted to kind of dig into it and see if it's worth the funds. One of the things that we are definitely looking at here, we had some issues with one of the remotes. Now it comes with 3 remotes, and it has an on-off switch and then in and out. What was happening was, even with the remote off, the button was stuck in and it was still sending a signal, which it shouldn't, to the actual winch itself, which was constantly dragging in or pushing out depending on which button was stuck. So that can do a lot of damage if it's constantly on coming in on itself. So as we release the winch here, we have a couple of different issues and problems. Let's get in on a closer look here. Okay, so we have our rope here. Link, go ahead and pull that out. This is Link, by the way. This is my son. Okay, now when we pull this over, you'll see that there could be some fray marks. If this rope is damaged, we're going to have to replace it. If the rope is tight in, it can actually burn itself. So the synthetic line is really great in a number of respects, especially for not keeping kinetic energy when it does break. But at the same time, it's also a little bit more sensitive, okay, a lot more sensitive than a steel cable, in that UV, having these mar marks, it's just more sensitive to everything. So while it is nicer, it comes with a few drawbacks. And it's more expensive usually. So one of the ways we're going to mitigate this problem that we have with this one is we're going to put on the Factor 55 flat link. And this is the multi-mount. I haven't seen any reviews for the multi-mount yet, but Factor 55 now makes a hook replacement that where you can put 2 different shackles or 3 different towing anchors in this mount itself. This allows you to get through some, pulling up different angles, or you're not quite in front of where you need to be. You can't quite get your shackle where it needs to be, so you need to use maybe 2 or 3 different winches to pull in the correct direction. This makes that happen. You can get this from Jeeps or Life. I think I paid, it was under 200 bucks, free shipping, super fast, super great guys. Check them out on Jeeps or Life, or right in our web store on Wrangler Riders, which is again from Jeeps or Life. But we're just going to take this cotter pin out, pull this out, take these pins out, and put this right in line. And then what we have here is it sits up against here flat. It has nice rubber bumpers, and it protects the Fairlead. So great option for all around. And then we're going to get a flat mount, or the cover. It's like 20 or 30 bucks for the cover to go over the top of this to protect the line there as well. So these are some great options to protect that Fairlead. And you always want to inspect your winch before and after each ride, especially if you use it. Yeah. Yep. What just happened there now? It broke. The piece broke. Okay, now that we went ahead and made our sanding, we actually were able to make it really nice and smooth again. It's not perfect. We definitely are going to replace this Fairlead at some point. Another big problem that we see is the neoprene covers over here. They do gather moisture inside, so you do have to air and dry those out once in a while. We have this control box put on backwards, and we're going to remount this in the to make it lower profile. We're going to try to mount this underneath the hood. And in the JL, we really don't have a lot of room to do that, but we're going to try that. So all good things to consider. This has been a Fairlead video. Link, say goodbye.
Bye. And also subscribe and slap the bell and leave a like.
Okay, you heard it from Link. So hit subscribe, slap the bell, and like the video. Share with your friends. Thanks for watching. The riders, and we're going to go through a few ticks and tissue. Figure that out. One of the things that, what?
It just turned black. It blacked out.
That's because you watch about some of the issues with the roller Fairlead, with the Fairlead, with the winch, with hook. Some of the things that you can do to mitigate some problems that you might have. Don't touch the, like if you lean on the video camera, it'll tilt it. So